All right, people. If you're anything like me, you're tired, you're ready for the weekend, you're ready to relax, kick back, and watch some great sports, we've got it. The rundown for today is Lufkin football, where they're at in playoff implications, Lufkin basketball, both girls and boys, and the coaches show with our very own Brian Bays. Appreciate you listening in. Today is November 6, 2025. This is the Fan from the Stand podcast. Let's get this thing started. Appreciate you listening in. Lufkin football this year. I know it hasn't been necessarily a dream season. It's definitely been an exciting one. They've had some big games. The John Tyler game comes to mind. Beaumont Westbrook. Been a fun season. Now, in terms of playoff implications, tomorrow's game is huge. They've got to win in order to get that third overall seeding at least, and they need some help. Lufkin will need some help from Barbara Seal and Beaumont Westbrook. If Beaumont Westbrook can win against Barbara Hill, we will get the second overall seed. But let's take a look at the playoff bracket prediction right now. Lufkin, like I said, in that third overall seeding in our district. I will just come out and say it. The Houston inner city schools like Houston, Westbury, Waldrop, they're horrible football. We saw that last year where we beat them I, I don't know, 70-3, 70-7, something like that. They're not a very good football team. If we don't win, we don't deserve it. But like I said, right now we're at third. Uh, we want that second overall seed so we can kind of bypass Laporte. I'd much rather play Austin Anderson, who is a lot. They're good. They're number 8 in the state. If you can't see, but also the point is, uh, it just favors us better. I think so. But they're right there where they need to be. They're playing good defense, and the offense is starting to pick up. So really excited about that. Lufkin basketball, both girls and boys, particularly the girls right now. The girls, I'll be honest. I thought they got some disrespect from the TABC district picks coming in fourth with all the talent they have coming back. I don't understand it, to be honest. I thought that was and which is good. I think it's kind of helps Coach Lamb and the rest of the staff to say, hey, we have we're underdogs. People don't think much of us, so we're they have some firepower, if you will. And boys basketball in terms of the week, Lufkin goes down to the John Lucas Showcase. They play two-team TMI and the number one team in the state 6A Seven Lakes, Katy Seven Lakes out of Houston. So, like I said, the rankings again, another ranking coming out, Lufkin being ninth overall in this ranking. Again, Lufkin basketball, the last 4 or 5 to 6 years, has gotten a lot of recognition. They played really well, and it's really exciting. When you think of Lufkin basketball compared to maybe 10 years ago, we weren't getting the respect. Now we are, and I think it's a appreciation to Coach McManus and the rest of the staff, Coach Bays. Well, just for that, let's listen to the coach. So, Coach Bays. All right, I'm here with Coach Bays. Coach, as always, appreciate you coming on the podcast. Let's get started. I know last season it wasn't the dream season we wanted, but a lot of experience coming back. Uh, you know, Brown's a 4-year starter. You've got uh, McManus' son. It's a lot of experience coming back this year. Let's talk about the TABC and the GASO showcases. I know we played really well. We went, I believe, 5-1. We the only loss was, I believe, was to number 2 or number 3 team in private in the state of Texas. Beat a lot of good schools. And did we have all our starters in those games? I know.
So we had all of our starters, all the kids in the summer, the TABC.
Okay.
Gasso, we had 2 or 3 football kiddos.
That's what I was about to
were
say. I
missing.
think that was the one we we didn't win, but we played them close, and
We
they
did.
I think it was I don't remember, Baptist or something like that. But anyways, I thought we looked really well. I watched some film. Greenville was really good, and then just playing really well. And the thing that really personally that I'll say this, and I know you will say the same thing. The difference in between maybe the last 5 or 6 years, between now and maybe the last couple of years, is we intimidate teams. In the past, I think we kind of got intimidated at times seeing some of these bigger schools, and that's not a shot at anybody. That's the truth. And then you see it now. Nobody's intimidating us anymore.
No, and we kind of did that on purpose, and Coach Mack's done a great job of prepping and planning, and we do it for a reason. There's a reason why we go all the way to Dallas and all the way to Houston,
Right.
is to face these teams that are going to give us some stiff competition. And like you said, when we first started doing this, it was just a little team from East Texas.
Right.
But now, when we walk in the gym and we have Lufkin on the chest, everybody knows that we're there we're going to play hard, we're going to play defense, and we're going to give it the best fight that they're going to get.
Yeah.
And we showed up in TABC full strength, and we played really well. We got after it. We felt good about the outcomes of the games and how the kids played against the competition. And same thing with this fall when we went to Gasso down in Houston, played Houston Second Baptist close, and then we won our other two games. And like I said, it was fun, and the kids get to see other teams, not just from East Texas. So it's good for us.
Well, I know that you brought up one of the schools. Is it Louisville High School?
Louisville High School.
And we beat them by like what, 5 or 6, and then they beat the number one team in 6A by 25. So it's showing that experience and everything. But let's talk a little bit about the experience this year. I know losing guys like BJ and Dalen, the winningest, in terms of wins of all time, 90 wins over their career. Big difference. We still have Brown and Kevo Moore. What kind of experience do we have? Not only some playing guys, but also just, is it going to be different in the sense of, are we going to have to slow it down a little bit more? Is it going to be a process of growing?
Well, the good thing is those guys you mentioned before, BJ and Dalen and Marcellus and all those guys, they've laid the foundation.
Right.
And it helps when you have somebody like Austin, who's a 4-year starter, and then you have a guy like Tripp, who's a gym rat. He's our quarterback, and Kevo's the same way. Kevo didn't play a whole lot of minutes. He played some big minutes. He hit the big shot against Texas High. But no, slowdown is not in our vocabulary. We're full speed ahead, and the 5 returners that had varsity minutes are stepping up, and they're showing the younger guys just like the older guys showed them when they were younger. And so it's full speed ahead, and we're going to try to play faster. We all know we're going to play defense. We all know we're going to fight hard, play hard. So it's good to have those 4 or 5 kiddos that we have coming back.
Well, that kind of, I was going to ask you back to the drawing board, but it really, you kind of answer your question. We're not regressing. We don't have necessarily the total experience of those guys, but I think legitimately, like you said, the foundation is there. Mm-hmm. The winning attitude, it's a culture. I mean, y'all have established that. It's really impressive. From a fan, it's exciting. Give you some memories. The last few years, in particular, when we kind of faced some of those better schools, we've played them close. May not have that intimidation factor, but one game in particular that I remembered last year that was really impressive, and I think this goes towards the next season, is when we played Grand Oaks at Grand Oaks. It was a back and forth game. If you didn't get to make it out, it was really impressive. And we weren't intimidated by the talent, Trey Lewis and some of those guys. We really played well, and we beat back the challenge every night. So.
Yes, and specifically talking about that tournament, when you feel like you have a good team or a team that could make a run, there's always a point in this season when you're like, okay, this is the group, and I felt like against that Grand Oaks, it was back and forth, and we pulled away, and we knew then that all right, this team has a chance.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Coach, I know probably from a coaches you never really like to talk about rankings, but I kind of mentioned it earlier in the early portion of the podcast. You're getting that respect year in and year out. I know we're not a big fan of the TABC rankings. I think they're kind of biased towards some of the bigger schools, but is it exciting to see that as a coach? But also, you're kind of like telling your players, "This is hey, let's not read too much into it. Let's go play basketball."
The rankings. As a coach, I enjoy them. It's a good talking point. It's fun to talk about. You get to see other schools that you play or see, and kind of compare. Um, but we just tell our kids it's a sign of respect that we get that we've earned. But now we've got to go prove it.
Right.
That target's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And how the higher in the rankings you are, you know you're going to get every team's best punch that night, and we appreciate that, and
Right.
we look forward for that challenge.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that's the thing that you see some of these big schools. Duncanville comes to mind. Some of these Dallas Kimball, they are in the top 10, top 25 every year because of respect. They graduate people, but they have this respect from around the state. Same with y'all. The last few years, you're getting that kind of camaraderie and just getting better. But you know, Coach, scheduling. I'll say this from fan watching, I've never seen a schedule as hard and as tough and as also as far as we go. Duncanville, the Colony, Utah. I mean, just a lot of teams. But I think you kind of hit on it earlier. You want to play the best of the best, and that's the only way we got to get where we need to go.
We're not going to back down from a challenge. We'll play anybody, anywhere. Um, we're playing number one 6A team, Seven Lakes, this weekend in a scrimmage. We're going to the Colony. We're going to Duncanville. We're hosting a Hoot Fest. And then we get to go to Utah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And so we're just trying to get out there and play as good a teams as we can to prepare for that playoff run,
Right.
to challenge these kids. And the great thing is these kids get to go everywhere.
Right.
I mean, they get to get on an airplane and go play a basketball game.
Absolutely. I know that'll not only be exciting, but it'll make a lot of memories. That's another talking point. Excited about the season. Are you as the players? Is it just kind of more focus mode? What is that right now? Where is everybody at?
Oh, very, very excited. Every year around this time of year, we're ready to go. We still have a bad taste in our mouth.
I bet.
And so that's kind of our challenge. We felt like we left a lot of meat on the bone last year, and this group is ready for that challenge. They're ready for to play all these good teams. So yes, we're very excited. We're ready to go. The 18th, we get Tyler Legacy, the first game of the year, and that's less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah, and they're really good. They went 3 or 4 rounds deep last year in the 6A. So, last question. This is kind of a weird one, but division splits. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. I think it's kind of horrible. I think you saw it last year, and it's not a disrespect from Highland Park, but it's like you see 2 possible district champs in the first or second round. It's kind of I don't like it. What is your
I'm not a fan of it. I'm kind of old school. I kind of like just the 6 state championships coming out.
Right.
And we're in a tough spot because we're in East Texas, and there's not a whole lot of 5A schools around us. And so it really doesn't matter if it's split or not. I mean, there's going to be travel, but that's kind of an excuse. Like I said, we'll play anybody. If we're playing a district champ the first round, second round, third round,
Whatever.
we've got to beat them eventually if we
Right.
want to reach our goal.
Absolutely.
And I'm not smart enough to figure out. I'll let UIL do that.
Yes, sir.
We're just whoever shows up on our schedule, we're going to be ready to play.
Absolutely. One thing that I'll end it at this. One thing that I think you can agree with is that the fact that there's no longer regional tournaments, which favors us because we're not having to go to Dallas to possibly play a lot of Dallas schools. I think it can be fairly even where you're looking at. So that's really exciting.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah. So appreciate you coming on tonight, Coach, and appreciate what you do for Lufkin Panther basketball.
Always glad to be on, and we appreciate the support.
Yes, sir.